F.
Fucking fly in here.
Dude, you're ready for. Oh, I saw it. You know you're
Did
ready
you?
for a fight when you can catch that shit. Bam.
Oh, I know, right?
You ready to do this, Vince?
Yeah, let's go, dude.
All right, bring us in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Just Cuz. I'm Cousin Vince. This is Cousin Ricky. Welcome back. Pickle Rick, what do you got going on, dude?
What's up, man? Kind of, same old, training my ass off. And Sweet Tea just got in town last night, so it's always
Little
it's
sweet
always the
tea.
best when one of the boys comes, he stays, and we can just work out whenever. We got the mat set up in the garage, so if we're not at the gym, we feel like training, we could just jump in there. So it's been cool. There's a really actually funny story with Tyson, where we were walking in downtown, we're like Waikiki, and we were walking across the street, and this guy is driving by us. He's like yells something like "fucking shrimp," and Tyson looks at him like he's so mad. He goes, "He called me a," and looks at me. He called you a shrimp. So funny.
Tyson's the worst, dude. I'm a
What
little
about you,
jealous,
bro?
dude.
What about you? How's it been, dude? You were 4 weeks out from your fight. 4 weeks out
Yeah.
today, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
How's it
You know
going?
me, dog. It's great, man. It feels good.
Don't do
I
that.
feel like from where I started, it's all about like honing things in right now. So that's what we've been doing, just getting that much sharper and that much quicker, and knowing where I need to be every week. Just get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, and it's weight's coming down nicely. As soon as I cut out beer and chips, dude, I'm already down like 8 pounds. It's crazy.
That's basically like most of your body weight. I feel like is
Yeah,
chips,
dude. I think it is.
hot Cheetos.
I think it
They
is.
would talk about that plenty.
I'm a sucker for snacks, dude. Well, for snacking on chips, anyways. But yeah, so I had my few sessions today. This is my wind down portion of the day. Just gonna chat with little pretty Ricky here.
Yeah,
And,
what's up? What's up?
Yeah, that's last week.
Um,
I'm
I mean,
excited to talk about these, so I want to get right into it.
yeah. Well, honestly, bro, I was mostly excited. I'm always mostly excited for like our weight class.
Yeah.
So there's a few fights in ours, but the ones that stuck out was my I was Sunsal's last opponent, so it was cool to see him back in there and get a freaking win over a tough Victor Henry. And I wanted him to win, but after there's only Victor Henry's second fight in the UFC, but he beat Barcelos in his first fight, and it was a great showing. And so I was like, man, it's not an easy fight. But dude, he dominated 30-27, I think, across the board.
Yeah,
And
did his damn thing.
at one point, he caught a kick, punched him 4 times clear across the cage into a takedown.
Yeah.
Bruh, he looked great, dude. I was pumped.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was rooting for him so much. I saw him at the PI a few weeks ago, and he's just such a nice guy. I've always kind of liked him. I've always liked his fighting style, and I was pumped that he got back in the win column.
Yeah, that was a sick performance, dude. That was like I feel like that's exactly what he needed right now. He's kind of on a rough skid, but that's not for like lack of talent or anything. He's just been fighting a bunch of little monsters. So yeah, he did his damn thing, dude. He kind of shut down all the offense and made him pay every chance he could get. It was like a picture perfect performance, I'd say.
Yeah, did a great job switching stances, good offense, never pushing forward too much. There's a lot of like countering and like backing up, boom, and it kind of scares me when he does that because get that's kind of how I caught him with a right hand.
Right.
But I did see a stat. Someone tweeted that a Sunsao has only ever lost to someone who's a world champion or someone who's fought for the belt. The only person who's lost to who hasn't is me. So I'm on my way. Don't worry, I won't let you down, Sunsao.
Hell yeah, sick.
Yeah,
That's
and then Jonathan Martinez fought Cub Swanson. Yeah. I mean, you fought Martinez. You know what those kicks feel like? Like, what did you think watching that?
Man, I was getting like little flashbacks. He kicks hard, man, and that left kick comes out of nowhere real fast too, and his left knees too. They both like fly out of nowhere. I didn't even know I got hit by one of them until I rewatched the fight, and all of a sudden I was getting hit by a knee. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that. Everything he throws is hard and vicious, and he means to hurt you. So like, good on him. I thought that was probably his. Thank God that was his best performance to date, because prior to that, I think it was me.
God, man, he looked so good against Cub too. Yeah. And I mean, I've always been a fan of Cub, but like that weird like interview he did with, I don't even know who that boy was that did like the, so
I don't
he,
know.
did you see that? Did you see that
Yeah, I
where
did see
he
that.
did like the media day and then
Hmm.
someone sat next to him, some freaking goober, I have no idea who he was, and he's like answering the questions for a Cub, and I was like, this is so fucking lame, you
I
know.
don't know
And
what that was about. It was like a little disrespectful. I thought, I'm like, bro, you're not taking this dude you're fighting serious? Like everything was just kind of like, I don't know, just a money
yeah.
grab or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, but I mean, it got people talking, I guess. So maybe that was the
Yeah,
plan. But
yeah,
man, way to show out from Jonathan Martinez. That was sick, man.
yeah,
And he's so
yeah,
soft spoken too in his post
yeah,
fight interviews. I was watching
mhm,
covers interviews after, and I fought on the same card as Jonathan. We've partied with him after fights. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
he's a
mhm,
super cool dude. So it was cool to see him get like,
yeah,
you know, get a shine like that.
yeah, yeah. And then calling out Dominic Cruz too, trying to add another fading legend to the list. I guess little
Yeah, yeah.
monster.
Come on, come on. No, 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 no. I'm trying to get a fight. If someone opens up, I get that you had a great win, but let me jump in on
Yeah,
the next spring fight. Come on,
I get it, dude. I get it.
come
Yeah,
on.
that's sick. Bro,
Uh,
and then I'm sure you've seen because I think the fight that they were showing for it with the VR fights was one of your boys from Team Oyama, wasn't it?
oh yeah, explain that a little bit. So I think Mark Zuckerberg is teamed up with
Yeah.
is it LFA,
With,
or
no,
is it just LFA, or is what is it?
it's gonna, I think it's supposed to be a bunch of the fights on UFC Fight Pass.
Oh, with
I'm
UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're trying to work out the kinks before they bring it to like to the big show. Know what I mean? I'm
So they're
guessing.
trying to.
No, but basically what it is, they're doing you put on your VR headsets and it's giving you like a cage side seat, basically. And you're
Mhm.
watching the fight from that. I think you can switch too. You can change it from what corner you're watching the fights at, to my knowledge, and I think even above where the cameras normally are. I think you can watch it from. It was
Dang.
just super, super cool. It looked crazy,
Yeah,
like being at the event.
so they had posted a clip of one of my teammates, Yuma, fighting in LFA and getting a crazy. Oh, he hit the front choke to it took the guy's back, hit a rear naked choke, all bloody in the third round. Oh man, it looked like he was the whoever's watching it posted the video. It looked like they were cage side from like my coach Oyama's perspective.
Yeah,
And it just it's pretty cool, like just different, you know. Like I
yeah,
don't know if
yeah,
I'd
yeah,
want to
yeah.
watch the entire thing like that, but maybe
Jump
once they
in
work
every
out
now and
some,
then for a little bit.
yeah,
Uh
yeah. I mean,
huh.
why not, dude? It looked pretty cool. It's a different angle, and that is kind of. I mean, I've cornered plenty of fights, and that looked pretty realistic.
Dude, it looked just like it. That was nuts. I'm wondering. I can't wait to see if that's like if that's the starting point for what they're trying to do for some of these VR fights. Imagine where it's going to be in like 4 or 5 years. Bro,
Yeah.
it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, and it's cool to see like Zuckerberg was at one of the fight nights a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
right? And he's all into it, and
Yeah,
I bet since he has so much interest in the sport that you know it's gonna just keep leveling up.
yeah, I can imagine. I
What
thought
kind
that
of
was.
I don't even have any VR. Like what kind of VR headset?
I think it's like there's Oculus and then there's supposed to be a higher end one, but I was just watching a video on it. I can't remember what it was called, but for sure
Okay.
Oculus is like that's kind of the go to one because it's more affordable.
Oh, okay. I'll be down.
Yeah.
I'll be
Well,
down. I mean,
yeah, let's figure it out, dude. Interesting,
uh,
right?
yeah. So one other thing that stood out to me in for the fight night was James Krause as a cornerman. Like
Mhm.
he was getting on one of his fighters going into the third round, like yelling at him. And this is something that he does really good. Is what's your opinion on it? Because you've probably seen so many clips of James Krause at this point,
Right.
screaming at his fighter,
Mhm.
usually going in the third round. It seems like.
Right. I'm for it. I think within reason. I mean, I think I've seen some people try to do it, and then I've seen people do it like tastefully and not tastefully, but like the correct way. And like I think James Krause knows his fighters and knows when they need like a little
Mhm.
bit of like, hey, focus up, dude. Like the shit's going. Like, what are you doing? Because it did
Yeah.
seem like that was Mana Martinez. He was having his
Yeah.
way. He was doing a lot. He was doing a lot of really good things. And then with Toy, and then kind of play around, and then the laughing and high
Mhm.
fiving and kind of whatever. And then I feel like that took him away from the fight, and Krause wasn't having it. By the third round, it's like, bro, you're almost letting him back in the fight because he's dominating every other aspect. So
Yeah.
focus up, get in there and fight. And he was like kind of cussing him out a little bit. I loved it. I thought I was all for it because that's probably exactly what he needed to hear.
I think it takes a certain kind of chemistry between the fighter and the coach for that to
Yeah.
work too. Like if say like if you don't have that, maybe you're just started with that coach. because I know he's starting to have more and more athletes, but there has to be a certain level of respect and chemistry between the two for that to work.
Yeah.
If you're not quite there yet, or maybe that respect's not there yet, and that's happening, it's kind of it
Right.
might fall upon like deaf ears because they're gonna not be trustworthy, and I think that's really important is to trust your corner and your coach. But I mean, certain guys respond to that, and we've seen the results from a couple of these fights. So I mean,
Mhm.
and he seems to be like one of the top emerging like coaches, especially like someone who's such a high level fighter. You know,
Mhm.
taking that coaching position, he's doing a great job, I think.
Oh dang! Don't tell John Wood that, dude. John Wood's undefeated against Kraus right now. Just so you know.
Oh, well, I mean, I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't comparing the two. You know what I'm saying? I would go John Wood all day if it was me. If it was me personally, and I was like, I got to pick between one or two.
Uh,
Sorry, I
uh,
mean, I'm gonna have sorry,
you're
John
so
Wood.
stupid.
What's up, Coach?
Yeah, yeah. What up, dude? Yeah,
So
he's
I think I shout him out every single time.
yeah, you do it way more than I do. I told him I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna do it till he no till he deserves it.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
bro, speaking of James Krause, you got that email. Who sent that email? Was it Hunter Campbell? I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
remember. Who's
Yeah. Yeah. It
got
was.
some email talking about the bets, like the fighters and their close ones aren't allowed to bet on the fights anymore. James Krause comes to mind because I think he's talked multiple times about like making like good money on his bets and his fighters, just
Yeah.
like that. That was a weird email.
Well, yeah, I thought so too. But then I started comparing it. So
Mhm.
I started looking it up a little bit, NFL, NBA, MLB. And this is just kind of following suit with all other major league organizations. Like
Right.
like NFL players aren't allowed to bet on games, and not in their sport. Same thing with
That makes
NBA,
sense. That makes
MLB.
sense.
So I mean, I think they're just kind of following suit with others. And if you really think about it, there is kind of like there could be start being conflicts of interest, you know.
Mhm.
And but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it is in the fight game. I guess the best thing would be to compare it to the fight game in boxing and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
I can definitely see like if I'm gonna be totally candid, I've only really ever bet on one fight, and it was when Cheeto fought O'Malley, and I just saw the odds, and I was like, oh, this is an easy money grab.
Same, same.
So I put some money down on Cheeto, you know, and just because I had trained with Cheeto and I knew it, and I think I don't know how they're gonna regulate, like you said, like fighters and the like close ones. Like I don't really understand
Yeah,
like
yeah.
competitive. I mean, I don't really see how they're gonna stop my dad or like my brothers or someone like that from betting on fights. That doesn't make any sense. And I don't know. I don't know if I did see that, but I don't know.
I thought I was talking about something about like cornerman and team,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
coaching. Yeah,
yeah. Have there been fights? Have there been fights where like coaches or cornermen had bet against their fighters ever?
probably. There's got to be, dude. You think?
Weird. Can you imagine that, bro? Like you have an injury, like maybe like because we all have injuries. I had some big injuries going into fights, and I found out one of my coaches put down a big sum of money like against me
Oh,
because they know about the injury.
great
That's
way to
kind
get
of crazy.
fired.
Whoa. I never
Yeah.
even thought about that. That was a thought right there. But that'd be
That's
interesting. I wonder if
interesting.
someone's ever been caught like in boxing since it's been around longer or something like that. I'll have to look into it. But yeah, it's super interesting. I hope that does because there's so many. It seems like I've worked with my bookie
Mhm.
.ag is pretty boy Ricky a couple times for as a sponsor, and there's like some other like crypto ones, and I hope that it doesn't negatively affect us fighters and able to grab some money that way because now that we can't do that, you know.
Yeah. Apparently, we're still allowed to like have them as sponsors and be representatives for the betting companies stuff like that. But as far as making our own bets, that's the only thing that. But I just still don't even know how they regulate that unless it's not like everybody's just don't go post your winning slip or something or your losing slip or
Mhm.
whatever. I don't know. I just thought that was a very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, you already know how it is. You saw the
Mhm.
contract when you signed into the UFC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you
Mhm.
know, it's like they own you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy. I'm so happy where I'm at. I'm
Uh,
happy where I'm at. I
mhm.
mean, the alternative was I was LFA world champion. I'm still not making no money. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? It's
right.
like at
Yeah,
the
I
end of
get
the day,
that.
I feel like I made the right choice, but you know what you're getting
Uh-huh.
into. Not
Yeah,
that it's right, not that it's right, but you do, you know,
there's a reason that
sign on
contract's
that
like
dotted line.
this thick.
Yeah, yeah. I was like reading through it, like page 10. I was like, oh, interesting. Man,
Yeah,
you
I
own
stopped
me.
caring so quick. Yeah.
You own me. Okay, let me just get
Oh,
this.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah.
I still got to get my address fixed. I think they keep trying to send stuff back to Idaho.
Yeah, that's not good, bro. I've
No,
had
it's not.
that problem where um like I just bought a house in May, but like some sponsors would still send stuff to my old place and then I'll never see it. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no, I hope like
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
my Onyx gear. I've been waiting on some Onyx gear and I haven't got it, and I was like, oh man, I think it got shipped to my old place. That's happened with like supplements and stuff like that. I was like, I need to update that.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah,
Yeah, should get that figured out. Tell Jacob.
yeah, yeah. uh,
That's funny.
dude, I think we got. I've been like buzzing about the fights this week.
Oh, I'm so
It's like
excited.
it has
I was
like
just
that
watching the countdown
big.
this morning.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Hell yeah.
It feels like a bit like a really big fight card. Like, and I don't we don't get these too often lately because there's so many cards. Man, put that on silent. What are we doing out here? What's going?
I thought it was, dude. Okay, there. I'm sorry, Pickle Brick, dude.
It's all
You
right.
were
I
saying
forgive you. I forgive you. What was I saying? No, I was kidding.
it's completely gone, dude. You
No,
ruined
no,
everything.
no. I'm just super excited for the fights this weekend.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you want to go. I mean, there's so many good ones on this card. Do you want to go over most of them? Like, which ones are you most excited for? I guess
Obviously,
we're going over this card.
the big three for me are the main ones I'm looking at. But I know there's still like Bilal Muhammad and Sean Brady. It's a sick fight. Let me pull it
Yeah, that
all
one.
up.
That like I feel like that one's kind of like a little bit of a sleeper fight just because everyone's been so focused on the Peter Yan versus Sean O'Malley, Aljamain
Yeah.
Sterling versus TJ Dillashaw, and Oliveira
Hmm.
versus Ma,
Makashev.
what is it,
Makashev.
dude? I get him and Hamza's last names. I every time I try to like say their name, I always mix them up. I don't know. I don't. My bad. Islam.
Yeah, Islam. Just call him Islam, dude. You got it.
Yeah. So
Butler's gonna
yeah,
have his hands full with all the pronunciations on this card.
yeah, for real. I was looking at the prelims, and I'm like, okay, you just got all the Russians fighting on this card.
Uh-huh.
Um, another sleeper besides that, Sean Brady, Bilal Muhammad, which I'm super pumped about, and I heard that Khabib's in Bilal's corner.
Oh, fun.
Did you hear that?
No, I didn't. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's interesting. And
Hmm.
another sleeper one is that the 125er
Yeah, the
Makayev.
undefeated
How do you
one.
say that? How do you
Yeah,
say it? It's like
Kaiev.
7-0.
Hmm.
Super. Is he like one of the youngest guys in the UFC too?
Think
Super young
so.
kid, seven and
Oh
zero,
yeah.
and he's fighting
Hey,
14-5 Malcolm Gordon.
yeah.
So and
Curious to see if he can keep doing his damn thing, huh?
yeah, well, I think it's a good matchup. Malcolm Gordon is 14-5, 19 pro fights compared to 7 pro fights, but I was looking at Gordon's record and all his losses, all 5 losses have come by way of like he's gets finished in all of them. He hasn't lost a
Oh
decision.
shit.
So,
Oh,
but
interesting.
I mean, and it seems like Makayev.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm having a rough time.
Oh, you're doing
Uh,
great.
he's a finisher. This kid's a finisher. So,
Yeah, he is.
um,
That's a sick
exciting,
fight.
explosive.
Mhm.
I'm pumped for that one. It's another
Yeah.
sleeper.
And Daryush and Gamrot, dude. That's another sick fight,
Yeah, and
bruh.
I was a little confused because I know they're talking about Beneil Dariush fighting like he's getting close to like a title shot on his run.
Mhm.
He's on a 7 fight win streak. Hasn't
Mhm.
lost since 2018, and it's interesting because Gamma. I mean, he looked great in his last fight and everything, but he's number 9. He's kind of going backwards. So sometimes you got
Right.
to do that though. Sometimes if you're, I mean, maybe because the lightweight division is so stacked, so it's kind of like get in line. You want to stay active or not.
Right. Yeah, maybe. I know there was like word of Volkanovski being a backup, and then I think Dariush said the same thing about himself. He said that that's weird that Volkanovski was a backup for the title fight because he got the same information about himself.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's
Who would you
weird.
rather see as a backup in that
Uh,
situation?
Volkanovski still.
Huh.
I just want to see what he can do at 55, dude. I don't know if he's going to be too.
Yeah.
I think
But
he'd be too small.
my only thing is like, if we're gonna, because that's like a super fight at that point. Where
Yeah,
it's a 45
yeah.
champ versus a 55 champ. Like, shouldn't there be a training camp and a build up for that? I think
That's my issue with
I
it too.
I think on short notice, something like that. I think number six surging 7 fight win streak, Benil Dariush would make more sense, like
And
on a
it does
short
make
notice,
more sense. Yeah,
already on the card. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
That was
But
the
then
greedy casual in me.
Gamrot wouldn't have a fight, so then it
Yeah,
wouldn't be fair that way. But I'm sure you could pay your way out of that problem.
yeah, yeah. You're right, dude. It's so,
Uh,
and the prelims start early too, 7 a.m. our time.
okay, I'll catch up on those.
Coffee and
Um,
violence, dude. I fucking love it.
I know everyone keeps asking, like, "Would you want to go back to Abu Dhabi? Would you fight over there?" I've been twice, once as a corner and once for a fight. I have no interest in going over there and dealing with that shit again.
Uh,
The long ass flight, the weight cut on the the lead up is always rough with a long flight, and then you're adjusting to a 15-hour time difference, something like that, 14 or 15 hour time difference.
yeah,
It's like there's a reason why there's so many like foreigners on this card because it's
yeah,
not as big of a difference for them. So
yeah.
um,
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure. I know
I don't really have an
Eljo and
interest.
Marab went over there like a couple weeks prior. I think they've been over there like
Mm.
already 2 weeks. It'll be 2.5 weeks by the time the fight starts. Just trying to get acclimated and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like anytime I've went over and I feel fine the first week. It's always the second week that I start to feel all messed up.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, I swear. Like, because like when I fought in Australia, 17-hour flight, big time change. First week, I felt fine, and then it was like a day after the fight and everything. It could have been like adrenaline dump, big event going from nothing, but every time that the second week I'm always jet lagged. I feel super tired. I don't know. Have you done? I mean, you fought and traveled overseas. So have
Yeah.
you felt that?
I've only ever been over there like overseas. The fight week. You know what I mean? I don't give myself any early time to get acclimated, but
Mhm.
I know usually when I'm there, aside from London, because I got sick, which was terrible. I was screwed up for a few weeks after that one. Actually, I think it's because I got sick. Like my weight
Mm.
wouldn't come back on and everything. But I know when I went to China, um, I got there. I was okay for the week, and then I got back and I was fried. I was messed up for at least another week and a half.
Yeah, I'm getting sick too. And jet lagged.
Oh,
It's a
bro,
recipe for disaster.
it's a fiasco.
But
That's the
but it
worst.
but I it's always tough. I always feel for like the U.S. fighters when they have to go do that, and then now they're fighting like on Abu Dhabi time, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Yeah, yeah. So
Hmm.
it's a tough one. So let's the last three. What do you think? The O'Malley, Peter Yan. Let's start with that. What you
Oh,
think?
dude.
What do you think about that?
Oh man. I think the fight. I was watching the countdown on YouTube, and O'Malley and Jan's fight had more views than the other two. Did you see that?
Dang, I did not. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was like,
Well,
the disrespect. But I mean, I get it. Dana White was saying that like they're trying to give. They're thinking if O'Malley pulls this off, they're looking at like superstar O'Malley. So,
well,
I
they
get
said
it.
Dana said the winner of that fight gets the next title shot.
Yeah, crazy.
And with that, real quick, I was just a sidebar here. So I was thinking like, oh, what happens with Marab, right? I was thinking
Uh-huh.
if TJ beats Aljo, then okay, Marab's number three. He could jump in for title shot. Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like it's either O'Malley or Yan.
Right.
So Marab needs a partner. He needs to get in there with somebody.
Yeah,
What
there you go. I
up?
was gonna say, wait,
What's
dude.
up? All right, if you don't want to, I'm just saying, you got time, I got time. Anyways, back to the fight.
Mhm.
Shout out to get Yan.
Yeah. So
Title
the fight,
implications.
sick fight, dude. I think early. I think O'Malley's gonna have his best success early on. I don't know if it'll be enough success to really dictate the fight as a whole, but we all know Jan's kind of a slower starter. He likes to download information and then adjust accordingly. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I think O'Malley has some early luck, but if he doesn't get him out of there and doesn't really like do something significant, then Jan just turns it around second and third round and has his way with him. I think he's the better, more more well versed and more all around fighter. So,
Mhm.
and he's
Yeah.
been tested multiple times, and he knows how to fight. That's one thing we haven't seen from O'Malley is like somebody put him somewhere dangerous and then him come out on top. Because the one time that it did get a little dangerous, he hurt his leg and ate an elbow and called it quits.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it could be a little slow in the beginning. It could be like O'Malley, like circling a bunch and trying to get Peter to bite and come in so he can counter him. But I don't think it's going to be enough, and it's Peter's going to wear on him. Like you said, he hasn't been tested. He's good at being the hammer, but he's not good at being the nail. I
Exactly,
don't think he can fight back from adversity, and um, I think it's going to be yawn all day. Um,
100%.
but honestly, bro, that'd be dope if O'Malley won, because
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, UFC needs that star. I mean, I don't know if they need it, but I mean, it's always better for the sport. And at
Right.
the end of the day, if O'Malley can get it done, it's gonna be a pretty crazy sight to see. And um, it just be. I mean, it's just always like I always harp on the U.S. fighters for not like rooting for the U.S. guys. So I'm gonna just go USA on this one. I'm going for O'Malley. Let's go. I'm hoping he throws something up and fucking
uh,
Jan catches
yeah.
it on the chin.
Damn, that's crazy.
That'd be dope.
Okay, well, who are you gonna put your money on since we're allowed to
Oh,
bet?
Jan. If I had to put money on him, oh, we're talking money.
Okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah. So,
Sick.
and one of the things. Oh man. So O'Malley and I both share the same favorite artist, Russ.
Mhm.
And I saw on Russ's Instagram that he's gonna be at the fights. So I was like,
Oh
oh
shit,
man, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
that's dope.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Good luck. Good luck to the
Best of luck.
American fighter.
Yeah, dude. I like it, dude. I like it. Moving on to the co-main, Aljo, the champ, versus Needle Shaw. What do you think?
Yeah, dude.
Clean juice himself.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
see that in the countdown?
bro. Yeah, it's so funny that
Oh
when
my
he
god!
when he came out with that, like I think pretty sure that store opened right after he popped. So he
After
pops
he
for
popped,
EPO, and he's like, "Oh, I'm announcing my new juice company, Clean Juice." It's like,
bro.
great
Maybe
timing.
immediate name change or something. Like there's got to be something
Mm.
you could do. Like,
Yeah, strong
oh,
juice, tainted
strong
juice.
juice.
I don't know. I mean,
Secret juice. Secret juice would
more
have been great.
juice.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple ideas. If you, I don't know, yeah, you can have any of those, TJ, for a
Oh
price.
man. Anyways,
Yeah,
do you think you can handle it? You think you can
I
handle the
think,
champ?
I think TJ is actually better than Aljo everywhere as the combos um come out like longer. Aljo gets out of position, and
Mhm.
TJ does a good job at stringing ending with like a head kick or an overhand.
Yeah, that's true.
Aljo dips that head a lot, and so
Mhm.
as those combos start coming out and the head starts coming down, he might run into something.
Mhm.
But I'm thinking if Aljo could win in the wrestling department, and he has I feel like if he can get him down, hold him down, but we haven't really seen that. And TJ's fought a ton of great
You're right.
wrestlers, so
Mhm.
grapplers. So, but I think there is a way if maybe Aljo shoots on him, TJ trips on a needle, and then Aljo takes his back and maybe secure rear naked choke. I'm thinking maybe something like
Mhm.
that. What you
That,
think?
yeah, that's bro. That's literally that's exactly how I'm thinking about it. I think I I think Aljo's size is going to play a real role in the fight. I think he'll be able to get a hold of him, and he's gonna big brother him just a little bit. Um,
Hmm.
and I think if that doesn't like take some sting out of or take some pep out of his step out of Dillashaw's step early, then he might get in there and be able to put him away or just keep wearing on him and then eventually get a finish. So I'm thinking the champ stays the champ.
Yeah, yeah. And if I had to put money on it, I might put my money on Aljo. Honestly,
Yeah.
I maybe he's more durable. I mean,
Mhm.
TJ has been out multiple surgeries, right? Shoulder surgeries, knee surgery.
Yeah.
I don't think he's off the juice. I don't think that. I mean, I think his entire career has been built off of extra help, and I think he just at this
Bold
point
statement, Ricky Simone.
at this point he knows how to get around it. He's been getting
Yeah.
around it, and
Mhm.
at this point he has plenty of money to keep doing it. And, you know, he can. There's always a way around it, and I don't know. I don't trust that he's a clean fighter. I do think he's
Crazy
an
that
incredibly hard worker, and
uh,
he'll do anything to win.
yeah, I get that completely. It's crazy that they immediately cool. You're back in your suspension, one fight, and then we give you a title shot. Like that's a lot of
Mhm.
respect to give somebody who was caught fucking cheating, especially like with what he was cheating with, like where it's like an endurance builder essentially, and most of his like finishes and impressive performances come because he's wearing on the guy and his cardio is better.
Mhm. Yeah.
Bro, that's grimy a little bit. And bro, you took Garbrandt's chin away from him a little bit.
Well, I mean,
Oh, he hasn't been able to take a shot
no,
since.
you're
Right?
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
dude. I just hope before it's all said and done, I get a chance to fight him too. Even though
Yeah, I get
I
that.
know like I feel like he would be cheating, but I would love to punch him in the face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
super
exciting. It's always exciting, dude. I love the bantamweight division. I love the bantamweight, and I think the bantamweight and the lightweight division are the best divisions. Like it
100%.
always goes back and forth. I'm biased, obviously, but I always say the bantamweight division's the best. Um, but it's always the
It is.
debate: lightweight or bantamweight,
Uh-huh,
and we
uh-huh.
get both title fights in one night
Oh, that's so
on
sick.
this card.
Yeah,
I'm
let's go,
pumped.
dude. Let's
So,
go. They'll be
so
on early too. I think. So if main card starts at 11, looking at those fights being at like 12:30 or 1
is that true?
our time. Yeah.
Don't steer us wrong here. Don't steer us wrong. 11 a.m. 11 a.m. our time. Main card starts.
Yeah. So
That's Pacific Standard Time. Is that right?
PST. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Great. I'm not going to sparring then. I will
Oh,
not be going to sparring. I'm gonna watch the fights.
hell yeah.
Um, and then the main event, the lightweight
Main
world
event,
title,
bro.
the the
The
vacant
vacant. Yes,
lightweight world
sir.
title.
Uh huh. Because of the
Charles
whole
Oliveira,
weight miss
Islam Makhachev.
fiasco. There you go. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Pretty good.
So I guess first, do you think there will be any weight issues for this one?
No, I don't. Do you?
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I definitely don't, especially it being over there in Abu Dhabi. I don't
Right.
think even if
Oh,
someone wins a
zero
half pound,
chance.
they just slide that a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah.
155 even.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so what do you think? Break this one down. Which
Oh my
who you
god,
rocking with?
this is such a sick fight, dude. I'm running. I'm going with Oliveira though. I think he gets it done. I don't think. I mean, granted, if Islam can sit there and like avoid all the danger on the ground and just kind of smother him and wet blanket him for 25 minutes, then he could be looking at himself becoming a champ. But like that's a tall order, I think, because of just how dangerous Oliveira is off his back and how hard he hits on the feet. Like I don't know, man. Islam doesn't have the same like danger factor that Oliveira does to me. And Oliveira is dives headfirst into the fire every single time, and he's there to fight and he's there to win. So
Mhm.
I don't know, I just my heart and mind I'm going with Oliveira on that one all the way. What
Do
about you?
do you think it'll go to a decision, or do you think there's gonna be a finish in this one?
I think it's probably a finish. I think
Yeah.
Oliveira catches him with something. I think he hurts him on the feet a little bit. I think Islam manages to get him down. I think Oliveira does something tricky off his back, puts him in a bad spot, and subs him.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I definitely between the two of them. I mean, yeah, I feel like it could definitely. I don't really see it going all five. And I'm looking at Islam's last four. I mean, he's finished his last four, and then two
Right.
decisions. Finished the ones before that. I mean, but also, I mean, I just feel like Oliveira's been doing it. He's been doing it longer, and he's been finishing guys
Yeah.
at a higher caliber for longer too.
Mhm.
And I kind of agree with something he said. If he wasn't, and it's gonna might be a little controversial, but if he wasn't Khabib's boy, would he have gotten pushed like this quick?
Hell no, son. I feel like we all know that.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean he's definitely very good,
Yeah.
you know. But I don't know. He has what it takes, and I kind of go back because Oliveira did fight at 45, and I mean he got, like who was able to survive his submission attempts one after another? It was like Pettis. I think I remember
Pettis,
Pettis being able to do that.
um,
Um,
Frankie Edgar.
yeah, Frankie.
Who else did he fight at
strong
45?
wrestling type. I mean, for
Yeah.
Frankie, and but just with Islam being so big and strong and like a very strong base wrestler, uh,
Mhm.
I do feel like he might be able to. If I'm playing devil's advocate, I do think he might be able to like avoid because Oliveira goes submission to submission to submission.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Right.
like a
Right.
windmill. You don't know. You know, you're posturing up from a triangle or an armbar, and then all of a sudden he's going on a leg, and you're like diving, defending the leg. It's a lot to deal with, and he uses that to get back up. But with I think Islam's wrestling and jiu-jitsu is at a good level where he might be able to smash and defend, and then and hit some ground and pound, and that could
Mhm.
really be the only place where I feel like Oliveira will be in trouble. But
Yeah.
man, everywhere else, I think on the feet and the clinch,
Mhm.
striking wise, I feel like he's gonna be great.
Yeah, I agree, dude. Oliveira, he's like he's a full package right now. Like
Mhm.
the 45er
Oh,
Oliveira is very different from the 55er that he came back to
yeah,
be.
you're right. That's right.
Bro, he's
Hmm.
he's he seems way bigger all of a sudden. Seems stronger, and he really
Hmm.
developed some solid KO power. Justin Gaethje was saying that he's the hardest puncher he's fought.
Damn,
Yeah.
damn. The way he like stepped in with that right hand.
Oh, crushes people with it, and he
Yeah,
throws a crispy left hook.
and the way he dropped Chandler with the left hook.
Uh huh. Uh
So
huh.
it's like, and then
And it's
I
gonna be
mean,
knees up the middle if Islam's trying to dive away from the clinch, bro. It's gonna. I just see him hurting him often.
yeah, dude. You know what I love that he does? He does the jumping teep.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
love that, dude. And he's so long limbed. It's like I've watched him almost hit so many people in the face with it. He'll throw it to the body, then he gets you reacting. He'll throw it to your face. Oh, dude,
it's
yeah.
sick.
Oliver is a treat
It's
to
sick,
watch, bro.
bro.
He's so
Yeah,
good.
dog.
He's like,
I'm
so
so
excited on
excited.
the ground and on the feet.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this card's so good.
It is, bro. Everything he throws on the ground too, it's so sharp. Like it's
Mhm.
boom, he's locked up. Boom, he's locked up, and bro, it's so
Yeah.
sick. It's so sick. He's been like that forever too. I remember his
Yeah.
debut, and he was like transitioning submission to submission to submission, and he's always just been able just to hit things real sharp. He just knows exactly where to be and how to get there.
Yeah. I think someone posted a stat like even he has what 18 submissions, I think, in the UFC,
I think
somewhere
so.
around there.
Yeah.
And only 4 of those came from his takedowns.
Yeah, dude, I saw
So
that.
so either he was getting taken down or he's been dropped, and you drop him,
Yeah,
you're like, "Oh, I got you now, sucker." And then you seen that
yeah,
meme, it's like, "Call an ambulance," but not for me.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
That's like what it's like fighting Oliveira, I
A
swear.
100%, 100%. What a sick
Uh,
fight! I'm so excited.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
where you
this
watching
definitely
them?
has that big fight.
Because
Just
you're
I
in
think
camp. I can just not go to sparring. I'll be happy. Tyson and I will get it in later. But you can't just like be like you
I don't
can't
work
you
out
can't just not go
Saturdays,
to.
dude.
Oh, you guys don't have sparring on Saturdays.
Yeah, well, there's open sparring, but
Open sparring, yeah. But
generally,
fighter
like
practice sparring.
I'm older now, dude. I need my Saturdays and Sundays to recover.
You're right. Wow, I totally forgot about that.
Hmm.
I know your schedule.
So
I knew
yeah,
that. What am I doing? So you
yeah.
just watch it. You gonna be watching at home?
I think so. We were gonna go over to Lance's house. I think Chris Curtis was gonna do like some a viewing party there or something. But like we
Oh,
got
cool.
there's a bunch of other friends that all want to watch the fights too. So I don't know. We might just have everybody come through here. We'll see. Kind of leave it up in the air.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm stoked though. I love morning fights, dude. Just to have some coffee and watch fight.
Mhm.
Ooh, oh, bro, it just makes my day. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mind morning fights if I'm not fighting. If I'm fighting, I don't want to fight in the morning. I don't have to
Uh,
get up earlier. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like I think we talked about it, but when I fought in New York, it was an early card. You know, I'm waking up
Mhm.
extra early to eat my breakfast, to carb load up, and get hydrated, do the pre-fight shakeout to like my
Uh-huh.
early like you gotta show up early to get shuttled to the arena. It's like it's too early in the morning
Sounds
for that
terrible.
shit.
No, sounds
Yeah.
terrible. But as a greedy spectator, I like early
Yeah.
fights.
Yep. Yep. Do you want to jump into some fan questions? You
Yeah,
good
let's
there?
jump into some fan questions, dude. Um, there were a couple real good ones. I don't have them memorized off the top of my head. Let's start here. Who's your somebody wants to know who our favorite commentators are. Who's your favorite commentator? Dominic Cruz, isn't it?
Dominic Cruz is up there because he at least knows what he's watching sometimes. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm gonna say, um,
Be
Brendan
nice.
Fitzgerald, probably the bottom of the list. And then it goes. I
Mm.
mean, yeah, maybe I should do it that way because I don't know how to go there. Maybe there's some pent up aggression. I would say Joe Rogan, just because he's been doing it so long. I remember
He's the
Like when I was
goat.
com
Yeah.
when I was coming up, I would like imagine Joe Rogan interviewing me after my fights.
Mhm.
He stays pretty knowledgeable for the most part, but John Anik is he's great at what he does. He
Anic's
doesn't
great.
try to butt in on like the
Mhm.
technical aspects too much. He's well studied. He's
Yeah.
well studied, and yeah, and then yeah, I think from a technical uh standpoint, I think Dominic Cruz. So I don't know. I didn't pick one. I think Joe Rogan would have to be the goat of commentators,
Uh-huh.
but then like John Anik and Dominic Cruz are like if I had to do like the three who I'd want, it'd be
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, John Anik, Dominic Cruz, in my opinion.
Really? You want Cruz on there? Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Like, I think he forces things sometimes. Like, he tries to force a perspective, and it bugs me. I'm like, bro, shut up.
Mm.
That's not even what's going on.
Sometimes, yeah, I see that. I
Yeah,
definitely
but
see that.
for the most part, he definitely knows his stuff, and he points out some good shit. So, um, I just started noticing that I think like last year from Cruz,
Mhm.
and but prior to that, I wasn't bothered too much. I actually liked it.
Well, sometimes the other commentators say some dumb stuff, like it's like, and then he'll call him out on it. He'll be like,
Yeah,
"No," he's a
yeah,
little bit confrontational. I'm like,
yeah. He likes it.
I like that.
Uh,
What about
um,
you? Who would you pick?
yeah, Rogan's definitely up there. Right. Well, I mean, like I said, he's just been doing it so long, and I'm
Mhm.
still waiting to get my Rogan interview.
You haven't got a
Um,
Rogan interview, huh?
I don't think I've gotten. I've had
Really?
DC a few times, and oh, I think in Ottawa, I didn't even think they interviewed me there. Oh, cool, cool. Moving on. I was like, oh, your breaks, come back.
Dang, yeah.
um, who? Let's see. I like Felder. I wouldn't say he's like a favorite, but I don't mind when he's talking. I feel like he picks out good stuff to keep an eye on, and I like how he points out what people are trying to set up.
Hmm, I can see
Not
that.
a Felder fan. Yeah.
No, no, I am a Felder fan actually, but
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know. Sometimes, and this isn't just with him. There's just like some commentators where like I'm like, I I don't know if I don't know if
Yeah,
when it
yeah.
comes to like certain situations if you're as knowledgeable as you should be.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And then
I'm not talking about Felder there. Chill out.
I'm calm. And then I love Anik. Like you said, I think he's probably I think he's probably the most like professional. I mean,
Yeah,
for him not being involved in the sport, like he's got that expert viewer eye, and I
yeah, it
really
really
appreciate
does.
that. Yeah, and he does a good job of like painting the picture of what's going on for people who may not speak the language the way you and I do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And he does some deep dives. He'll like
Yeah.
deep dive. If you're on the card, he's gonna look into you as a fighter. He's gonna look up
Mhm.
your past. He's gonna see how you're training. He's good at that. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
said,
He
he's
goes
well
all the way
studied.
in.
Yeah. So if you had to pick three to commentate your
The
fight,
lineup.
yeah, they're at the
Um,
desk. Who are you picking?
oh man, if I think DC jokes around too much sometimes. Rogan, Anik, and I don't know if Rogan and Felder have that same like energy together. So I
Yeah.
don't know if I'd want that. Lorisenko.
Hmm. Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, why
Nice.
not? Yeah,
Oh,
she's hot.
very progressive of you.
It's like stupid.
All right.
Shut up. Let me see. And then somebody is somebody was asking if we could start a mini series where we bring on online trolls to our gym and give them a smack around. I love that.
I would love to
Let's
do
do
it,
that. Yeah,
but
let's do
maybe the
that.
fans will have to chip in to pay me because I only like to beat someone up if I'm getting paid, honestly. And it
That's
seems
fair.
like work. And if there's a potential of me getting injured in any kind of way, I'm gonna need some kind of compensation. Buy me a beer.
That's fair.
But
That's fair.
there's been plenty of online trolls that I'd be like, I would love to slap this fool, but they won't show up. There's a
Dude,
reason why.
I'm gonna draft up a contract that we can send to these online trolls, and
Oh
then we
yeah.
just
Oh,
send it to them when they start trying to troll.
perfect. Yeah. I don't ever give them really any time of day. Um, just
Yeah.
because I feel like that's what they want. But I
Mm.
mean, I get messages on the daily, people talking crap, saying they want to come to the gym and fight me, and it's
Mhm.
like you don't have a profile photo. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like you're fake. You could be a past opponent. You could be a past
Uh-huh.
opponent's brother. You could be,
Uh-huh.
literally anyone. You could, you know what I'm saying. And
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
you're not even willing to put up a profile photo, then you ain't gonna show up at the gym and fight. There's a
No,
reason
zero
why you're
chance.
watching and we're
Yeah.
doing it.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's hilarious. That reminds me
I,
of that fool that Casey O'Neill tried to call out and get to fight at the
yeah,
gym.
I think
He
I
deleted
think
his
we
whole
talked about it.
profile. We
Oh
did,
yeah,
yeah.
of course.
Do we
Have
even?
you ever had, bring this up since we were talking about trolls, and I've actually had like opponents' family members like messaging me and commenting on my stuff. Have you
Oh
ever
yeah,
had that? Like family members
oh yeah.
of like a opponent that you're gonna fight or they leading up to the fight?
I don't know if it was family members, some weird. So it's from the same fight actually. Some weirdo from I don't know. He was a Benito Lopez dick rider. I don't remember his damn
Oh
name, but he
yeah.
kept sending me all kinds of stuff like Benito's gonna knock you out, like you're a fool for even taking the fight. Yeah, just going off and bro, and like there were messages on messages on messages on messages from this guy, and I was like,
Hmm.
what a weirdo. I was like, this
Yeah.
is odd. And then I had then after that fight, I had one of Benito's cousins or something. They hit me up and said, "Hey, like, uh, I'm Benito's cousin. Like, that was a sick fight you guys put on. I kind of thought you had it. I just wanted to say you got my respect or something." I was like, "Oh, that
Dang.
was kind of cool." Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's the only time I can really think of where it's been family members or somebody close to them that's
Mm.
been. I mean, and to that extent, I mean, I've gotten the random somebody pretended to be Chris Gutierrez on some YouTube video that or some live stream I was doing and was like trying to troll from there, saying that I don't think he didn't do his homework though because he was saying that I got lucky in the fight and in the rematch it won't be the same. And I was like, I hope it won't be the same in the rematch.
All right, casual.
Yeah.
Not watching. Yeah. Maybe one of your fans.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's an
That's
interesting,
hilarious.
yeah, way to talk shit.
Isn't that a weird one?
Yeah.
And then I think last fan question. So this is a good one, dude. This one's directed towards you. I'm gonna read the whole thing.
Well,
Okay.
you're gonna have some input on. Okay, go ahead. Because hold on, I just want to say because last week there we had a funny fan question talking about last time we shit ourselves, and I was the only one who answered, and you pretended like you never do. And I'll leave it at that. You can make excuses, whatever. Yeah, I don't shit myself, whatever. But go ahead.
Forgive me for not being a slug and shit myself. Anyways, so this person
That's
says, Ricky, you've made a ton of muscle and strength gains over the past few years. Would you say that coaching with Canton Wine, a massive aesthetic physical specimen himself, inspired you to take your strength and physique to the next level?
Who asked this question?
Rick Canton Wine.
uh, actually, you know what's funny about that is I would like because he's like there's like the is it bodybuilding shows, right? Like the
Yeah,
physique
yeah,
shows.
yeah.
Is
Uh-huh.
it? I don't know if that's like the right term. My bad. But he kills it. He kills at that. And I would actually like coming up before I was signing the UFC. I'm like, hey, what's a good pose I should do like at weigh-ins? And I would do like the ZZYZ pose, like where I'd be like looking
Yeah,
up, hold my fingers a
sick,
certain
sick.
way and stuff. So I would ask him like, what's some good pose? I like send him a photo. Hey, is this how you flex this?
Oh, sick. Oh,
But
that's dope.
yeah, that's a funny question. But hey, that's respect though, because he's a monster and he's huge. And if he's I feel like I'm the strongest bantamweight. I don't know if that's something to brag about, but
You
I
ain't, you
mean,
just got
we
the biggest
small,
head.
bro. It's not that like cool to be like the biggest small guy, but I'm gonna brag about it.
That just means you cut the most weight, dude. Get out of here. Weight bully. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
respect, Cannon Win. I know you see it.
Sick.
Hey, I'm gonna get one of them speedos and weigh in one of those next. Maybe a UFC one.
They should. They should.
UFC going down this way.
That's it. No, dude. Okay, now I
Yeah.
gotta think about something different.
Actually, a local Washington guy fought in a speedo back in the day. Um,
The blonde dude.
yeah, Superman.
I
Why
remember the fight. Dennis
Hallman?
Hallman. Yeah, Dennis Hallman.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. That was so
yeah. I think
uncomfortable.
Dana was pissed off
Yeah,
about
he
that one.
was
Yeah.
not happy.
Maybe I'll bring it back. I mean, Bryce Mitchell gets the camo shorts. Everyone's getting these
Uh,
specialized shorts, man. Come on, let's get the Simone Speedo going. What's up?
the Simone Speedo. That'll look great with your mullet, dude.
Oh, are we? All right, let's go ahead and announce it. The mole's coming back. It's on its way. That's
Oh
how
no.
Aljamain came out with that, where he's talking about what he thought about everyone ranked in the
Uh,
top 15. And when he was talking about me, he said, ever since I cut the mullet off, I've been performing way better.
uh,
And I would like to disagree. I mean, I knocked out Rafael Sunset with the beautiful mullet. So
Mhm.
ever since said
Mullet
that,
was
I
flying in that one.
I have been saying I'm not growing the mullet back out. I needed a break. As soon as I read that, I decided on that at
You're really
that
gonna
moment,
let the champ dictate your emotions like that?
I'm growing it back, baby.
Don't do it, dude.
And then
Oh, I
when we
just started
fight,
liking
I'm
you
gonna whip
again.
him in the face with it. I can't wait. I'm gonna be on top. It's gonna be drooping in his face. It's gonna be
Drew-
pulling out of his mouth. Yeah, what's up?
Oh no, dude. You're better than
Oh
that.
yeah, dude. Sorry.
Oh man. Ugh.
All
Ah.
right. Well,
Bro, okay, hey, before we finish, since I did leave you high and dry with the shit the pants story last week, I do have a story about your brother, Avi. Well, I mean, with me, it was both of us.
all right.
You
Keep
you
going.
probably remember it. So you know your brother, he's like super
No.
confrontational.
Yeah, I know him.
Always, yeah.
And
So
everything.
yeah, he's the
Yeah, they don't realize that I hate everybody equally.
uh
Flip it in.
anyways, we were at the park over in Ontario. We were fishing or something, and he had his little butterfly knife, and that's what we are using to cut the line with and stuff. Anyways, these two older kids, I don't know how old we were at the time, maybe 9 or 10 or something. I don't know. Matter of fact, what we're doing over there by ourselves. But
I swear you guys are like in fifth grade, fifth or sixth grade,
how old is that? Is that 11?
10 to 12, something like that. I
Eh,
don't know.
fairly young. We're young little idiots. We were fishing, and these two older kids came over and they're wanted to borrow our fishing pole or whatever. And we're like, and I remember Abby saying something to him, like fuck off," or something like that. I'm like, "Hey, you're gonna get us both beat up. What are you doing?" And then I can't remember if they got the pole or what, but they saw Abby's like butterfly knife, and they grabbed that and they said, "Oh, look at this!" They were passing it back and forth, and then he's like, "Give me it." And I was like, "Yeah, give it back." And then they kind of just
Oh,
looked at us, and they're way bigger than us. And then bro, I think they ended up using the knife to like take our like $6 or something that we were gonna use to go get pizza pockets or some shit. Like, and
yeah.
we got mugged, and like we kind of didn't know what was going on. We were like, what the hell just happened? And anyways, they rode off on their bikes with the stuff and everything. And I remember we started walking to Mallard's, which was fairly close to the park. And I remember we called our moms, so they were hanging out, and I was like mad. I was like, what the hell? This is bullcrap. And I was like puffed up. I was like, I gotta go find them. And then when we called our moms, I was like, we got mugged. I just immediately went to tears.
Oh
Oh,
man.
broke my little
Yeah.
heart. I don't think. Oh, you know what? Actually, the lady who worked at Mallard's was the kid's mom. So
What?
yeah,
Oh, I
she
never.
ended up
And I
finding out
remember
about
this.
it.
I remember when this happened
Uh,
because I was hanging out with Justin. I was, but at home. So
yeah, being good little girls.
well, you guys just didn't let us hang out with you guys. We wanted to go. I remember, and I remember like if I was there, I would have whooped their asses. You know.
I do not remember. Remember that.
Like,
Ah, dude, that's hilarious.
but
Um,
so wait, so did they? I didn't know that there was any connection. So the mom worked over there, and then did anything come from that?
yeah, I think she found out, and she got the butterfly knife back.
Oh, okay.
And then I think we got that taken away, like right after.
Yeah, obviously,
For
yeah.
some
Because
reason.
why was Abby? Why Abby? I remember Abby always playing with that butterfly knife.
Yeah,
Actually, talk
it
about
was a blue
fishing.
one,
Talk about
wasn't it?
why were we fishing that? Yeah, that seems way more normal than Abby fucking playing with a butterfly knife.
I don't know, dude. And, yeah, we got the butterfly knife back, and I think we got 5 of the $6. So
Nice.
by,
Oh,
by now, with that $1 interest, that's probably at like, and
almost
inflation
two.
and everything, that's got to be like a couple $100.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, it adds up.
Yeah,
Uh,
if we get that back.
dude, I actually remember that, and I remember I was, dude. Where super. I was pissed. I remember being
Yeah,
super
yeah.
mad. But maybe that's what we'll have to think of next week. We'll have to come up because might have some other street fight stories, and maybe we'll talk about one of them coming back. I don't know. Maybe we have something like that, but I don't know. I think that was a good one. I think that was a good
Yeah,
one.
I think it
Uh,
was.
I know I was teasing that Sweet Tea would be on, but at some point he was supposed to come in here and he never did. So I lied to you guys. He didn't want to see you guys. So
Loser.
no,
I'm sick of sweet tea
it is what
anyway.
it is. It is what it is.
Hey, you guys should definitely come over here and train for a little bit, though. Just do it
Yeah,
before
might
before
jump on
before
a
you're
flight.
in bad mode for years to come. Then I never see you.
No, that won't happen. Come on, don't say that.
Okay.
Does that happen?
I think so, dude. I'm pretty sure
I
like
don't know.
dads get fat and then worthless. So
Oh, well, I'm already there, so
fair enough,
great.
fair
I'm
enough.
killing this dad thing. All right, guys, been sick. Been a fun one.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Oh yeah. Next week. Questions, comments, like, share, subscribe. You know the works.